Hey guys, Grumpy here with a brand new Let's Play. So I don't have a name for this series yet. I'll come up with one eventually, but I do want to get this video out sooner rather than later. This Let's Play is going to be the pirate run, pirate salvage run that should have um, went out earlier, but instead I wanted to do the Fast 5 really quick, but now we're on track for pirates. So this is using the Nexerelin mod. It is going to be slightly modded. If you do know of any interesting pirate mods, be it ships, more events that are pirate themed, more abilities, access options, things like that, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Definitely share it. I'll be excited to take a look at those and possibly add them to this series. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump straight in. Of course, the only pirate that matters is going to be Captain Jack Sparrow. I believe it's 2 R's. Sparrow is spelled with 2 R's. I don't know if Jack Sparrow is. Yes. Alright. And let's go ahead and pick our pirate. Who's the piratiest looking pirate? I don't know. Maybe this guy? No, this is just a dude just trying to work. No. He does have a literal eye patch, but man, if he were any edgier, he'd be a pizza cutter. I don't know. Let's go with this guy. So Captain Jack Sparrow, again, gonna go for small. Actually, you know what? Because it's an Nexerelin, we'll go with normal. I think it'll be a little more fun, just letting colonies spread out naturally and spread out over larger territories. Sorry, I'm gonna do small. I immediately thought of traveling 40 light years for a bounty mission, and I was like, no, thank you. We're gonna disable pop-ups, of course. I'm not gonna make it Iron Man mode, um, just in case there are any bugs with Nexerelin or any mods that I add. I don't want to have it Iron Man mode and then corrupt the save. And we can go with mixed. Here's the seed. It's gonna be in the description if you want to copy this and play your own. Also, let me know if you want a copy of my save file. I have no problem dropping it in Discord, updating it. Probably on like a 2 or 3 episode basis. So if you want to pick up any one of the save files, you can definitely do so. But you guys have to let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I won't bother exporting my save. So let's go ahead and continue. We're gonna skip. As far as random core worlds go, we're gonna keep the core worlds the same. Sector generation is still gonna be the same. Faction respawn, we're gonna have that as no, and we're gonna keep default faction relations. So what this means is everyone's gonna hate us because we're a pirate, which, you know, makes sense. And then let's go ahead. Easy mode disabled, Starfare mode disabled. No demods. We start with our own faction. We're gonna skip the story. I've done the story twice now in this. No, I've done the Zero to Hero Let's Play where I complete the story. So if you want to see how to do that, go ahead and watch that Let's Play. I'm gonna skip it and just jump straight into having the gates unlocked. Just because I don't want to do it a third time or a second time on camera. And other than that, let's go ahead and move on. We are going to pick our faction, of course, that being pirates. And to get started, I'm going to go ahead and pick a larger combat fleet. You've seen me go from one ship to, you know, a few ships. I'm just going to go ahead and skip right ahead to just starting combat. This is probably going to be a longer Let's Play. Also, it's not going to be edited nearly as much as Zero to Hero was, so it's going to be more so freeform content. But anyway, because it's going to be a longer series, I don't really want to bog down the early game. I can show small scale battles, like I can hold my cruiser, my Falcon back and just fight with an enforcer and, you know, what other ships in case you want to see small skirmishes. But just starting with a large combat fleet makes more sense. Just, you know, depending where it goes. Let's pick a lieutenant start. I think that's gonna be good enough compromise. We get a couple of story points to begin with. We also start at level 3, so we're gonna have a couple of skills to work with. Um, and we'll have a little bit of a bankroll to start the game with. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's pick our initial 3 skills. Normally I like picking navigation because it gives us transverse jump, but because we completed the story already, or we start with the story completed, we unlock transverse jump from the start. So instead, I think I'm going to focus on combat skills for this Let's Play. I very rarely take combat skills because they only affect your ship, but I am going to have to make well, I didn't explain this yet, but I'm gonna have to make the most out of my ships, and whatever my flagship is probably gonna have to be like the backbone of my fleet. So investing in combat just makes sense for this series. So with that being said, we're probably going to rush for missile specialization since we have a Falcon P, and that is pretty much an entirely missile ship. I'm going to take target analysis, combat endurance, and you know what? Let's go with it's between helmsmanship or ballistic mastery. We'll take helmsmanship. A little more top speed and then some more maneuverability is always nice. And we'll go ahead and begin the game. So the constraints for this Let's Play, this pirate themed Let's Play is I can only trade with pirate factions. I can only use pirate ships. I can recover ships in combat or post combat, but I have to sell the hulls to whatever pirate faction or pirate station that I stop at. So I can't keep them for myself. That being said, pirate ships are notoriously bad. Half of them don't have shields, and the other half struggle with OP and flux management. So this is going to be a very challenging and very interesting Let's Play. The goal, the overarching goal, is to create a pirate, kind of like a pirate cove, a pirate bay. Basically, I want to colonize a system and build a couple of colonies in that system. I want to have a very high ground defense for all those planets because obviously, being pirates, we're going to be invaded constantly by the AI. So I want my colonies to survive, and I want to build a reputable pirate armada, something that a pirate captain would be proud of. So those are the goals for the Let's Play. That's what I'll consider, mission complete. So, starting off in Chorus, here's our fleet. It consists of a Falcon P, which is a great ship. It's very fast and it covers a ton of missiles, which is perfect. I love missiles. So this is the perfect ship to start in. Next up, we have an Enforcer. Again, very powerful ship. Comes with 4 small missile slots, and then it comes with 5 medium ballistic slots, which is absurd. That is so much power. The drawback though is that it struggles with flux and flux dissipation, so we're gonna have to manage that really well. And then finally we have a nice neat little lasher. Nothing to scoff at. 2 missile systems, perfect for holding sabos. And then a smattering of 5 small ballistics. Does a little better, surprisingly, on flux dissipation, so you can actually make the most of a small ship like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and park in Chorus and see if we can find any ships. Here's our blueprint, so these are the ships that are available to us. As far as freighters go, I might make an exception for freighters, like an Atlas, a Phaeton, things like that, because there's not really there's a pirate version of the Buffalo, um, the not the combat one, but like a pirate buffalo freighter. But beyond that, there's not really pirate freight ships, so I'm not really gonna worry about that. But for combat, strictly for combat, it's going to just be pirate ships. So, let's go ahead and refit the fleet quickly. I do like the Annihilator rockets. It is nice spam, but we're gonna look out for better missiles when we can get to them. Instead, I kind of want to do pylums, to be honest, but I don't think that's really gonna work out. No sabos. This is really rough. Okay. Do we have ion cannons? There is nothing on chorus. Okay. We do want broadswords. So let's drop, or let's build in expanded missile racks because we're probably always going to want that. And then let's go ahead and swap out for some broadswords. The broadswords are going to provide the kinetic pressure that we need, so that our missiles, our high explosive missiles, can impact the target and do a substantial amount of damage. We're going to want to swap this around, but right now we just don't have anything in chorus worthwhile. For our enforcer buddy, we're probably going to want safety overrides. We can probably just strip this. Add in safety overrides. You have ballistic mastery elite, which is fairly interesting. That's really good. Let's go with heavy machine guns. The assault chain gun. And then we can give you back your reapers. Go with a little bit of flux. A little bit of vent. And then expanded missile racks. Which we don't know yet. Uh-huh. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave that as is for now. Unless there's something else that we want to add. Could give you unstable injector, but that's just asking for trouble. Alright, we have to give you something. Let's give you some small ballistics. Like, let's give you some Falcon cannons. You're killing me. We'll give you some light machine guns. That's fine. And then the lasher is pretty much good to go. These salamanders are okay. Wouldn't really change those. But let's see if we can get unstable injector or safety overrides on the lasher, and then also actually that's about it. Alright. Eventually we'll want to swap these salamanders out, but for right now it's really nice having that the ability to disable enemies engines. Alright. Cool. Let's see what is for sale as far as ship wise goes. Absolutely nothing interesting there. We have a Condor. Unfortunately, we can't use a Condor because it's not a pirate ship. We do have a Mule P. Which I'm kind of tempted to get. But I don't... I don't know if we need that. We'll wait on that one. And then on the open market, nothing really interesting. So, okay. Let's see if we can grab a bounty, and then let's begin our journey as pirates. What else you got? What's the challenging target that you have? A griffin, a falcon, 2 brawlers. Sindrian Dictat patrol fleet operating out of Sindria in the Asconian star system 4 light years away. You'll find them patrolling either near there or a nearby jump point. Yeah, sure, we can take this. Yeah, I think we got this. We'll go ahead and accept that. Harvested organs, we can't really get you that yet. And you will sell me the location of dual flat cannons. I don't really care about that. Alright. So something we need to do, which I will obviously forget. Actually, we need to do a couple things. We need to fix our bar first, but something I need to make sure I do is activate the gates as we go by, so that we can teleport through them later. This needs to be sustained burn. This needs to be salvage, blank, transverse jump, sensor burst, interdict. This can be follow me, and then this can be emergency burn. Okay. We'll turn off our transponder. We'll probably never turn it on again. Let's go ahead and activate sustain burn. Let's call some havoc. Alright. So, I don't really play with mods. I mostly play vanilla. Nexerelin doesn't change much about the ships and like the ship balance in the game, but what it does do is it changes how factions interact with each other. It gives you an opportunity to we're gonna go ahead and join this battle, of course. It gives you an opportunity to form relations with the base factions. The factions will fight amongst themselves. I'm gonna put the annihilators on auto fire, swarmers on auto fire, and we're gonna sit on the typhoons. Yeah, it gives the factions the ability to play nice with each other or to get into combat with one another. So really interesting there. Just flushes out the game a little more. We are gonna hit the R key to focus on this. We're gonna pre-fire our Reaper. Nice little connect there. And we're gonna go ahead and take it out. I'm excited for this Let's Play. Let me know if you guys are. If you want to see me do anything specific, I'm willing to try. Where are you going? Right there. Got him. I'm willing to try to push this pirate armada that I scraped together as far as we can. So if there are any specific challenges that you would be interested in seeing, let me know. We won't join this pursuit. We do get a hound. We're just gonna scrap it so that we can keep the assault chain gun. But other than that, we're not really interested in anything they have to on offer. I'm gonna go ahead and scuttle that. And then crew and cargo, we're gonna go ahead and dump the metals here. Now, as we go through this game, we're gonna try to, because we're a pirate, we're gonna try to stabilize the pirate colonies. A lot of times, most of the issues they run into is a shortage of supplies, fuel, heavy armaments, heavy machinery. So when we do our convoy raids, which we do sometimes, we're gonna sell our goods on the open market, which is atypical. Normally we don't do that. And as we do that, as we fuel these pirate bases, they're gonna be able to produce a lot more fleets. and in turn, we're going to be able to start dominating hyperspace, which is going to be very cool. This is going to be a nice escalation as we create more fleets. Um, the other factions are going to produce basically like asset protection fleets, which are like um, bigger, bulkier fleets that are focused on, anti-piracy efforts. So it's gonna be cool watching that escalation grow. You don't see that in vanilla so much, but in Nexerelin, it's very prevalent. All right, let's head over to Dawn and see if we can't get some better weapons and better ships. Interesting. One thing we can do that might be an option, now that I think about it, we might be able to take over Syndria. That would be really cool. Syndria is a very strong faction. They have very powerful uh, fleets. They have access to the conquest. They have the Lions Guard. So not an easy task to take over. But it'd be really cool if in the heart of the core worlds we had a nice pirate cove. We might do that. That'd be interesting. Or we could take over something like Penelope Star, which is at the edge of the core worlds. Hmm. Not too sure, but that's an interesting idea. Returning to Dawn. Oh, we have a nice pirate faction here. I believe this is Dawn. We can jump in here and check. So the cool thing is we don't need our transponder on when dealing with pirates. They won't attack us. So there's never really a reason to ever turn it back on. And Dawn has the goods. Awesome. Let's go ahead and refit these swarmers for sabos. Let's make some space. And then as far as missiles go, we can't really swap those out, unfortunately. And on you, we're going to go ahead and swap these out for sabos as well. And you need expanded missile racks as soon as we get it. Well, that's fine. And as far as energy weapons go, I think we're going to just drop the IR pulse lasers. They don't do anything for us. We don't need them. And we're going to add in safety overrides if we can. Do we want to build in converted hangar? Do we want to build in converted hangar? I would really like... safety overrides on this ship. Are we going to commit to a fighter bay? I think I would rather build an ECCM package. Converted hangar is just an experiment. But we'll probably always want more accurate missiles and tougher missiles to shoot down. Yeah, we'll build an ECCM package. And we'll add safety overrides to our ship. Safety overrides not affecting our missile range, and it just makes our ship faster and more lethal on the battlefield. And we can go ahead and add, actually we'll add it into capacitors since we don't have any weapon flux to worry about. The sabos we can fire linked, and the typhoons should be alternating is fine actually. Then the annihilators we can fire linked. You approach a shady figure. No. Alright. I don't know everything about Nexerelin, so if you guys have any tips for me, definitely go ahead and share those in the comments. I'd be happy to read them and learn a little bit more about this mod. Alpha site. Oh yeah, we know about that. Okay. Let's head over to Asconia and see if we can't kill that fleet. Oh, I meant to check for ships. Oops. Oh, we'll stop by Umbra and then we'll go see if we can deal with that bounty that was given to us. What are you? Interesting. Umbra's gonna be down here. Ooh, and there's pirate activity over Asconia. So we have friends. Alright. Let's go ahead and see if we can refit our ship. Ooh, we can. We can. We're definitely gonna take these harpoon pods over the annihilator rockets. We don't need the annihilator rockets because basically we're just interested in finishing off ships, and we'll be able to do that with the harpoons rather than the annihilator rockets, which just kind of shoot in every direction. We can add ion cannons to our ships, but that means we have to get rid of something else. And maybe it's swapping. No. 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 That's fine as it is. We're gonna swap the broadswords out for claws, actually. No, we can keep the broadswords. We can keep the broadswords for now. I think this is good to go. We are still tracking down expanded missile racks, and that's good to go as well. Yep. Oh, there, there it is. Okay, that was easy. Let's go ahead and cut this back. Let's add in expanded missile racks. Add that back in. We can cut auxiliary thrusters, not really necessary, and add in expanded missile racks here. Alright. You're good to go. And then let's check for ships, and then let's head on over to our first. Ooh! Ooh! Which do I want though? Ooh, in a Colossus. Which do I want? Alright, so we have the Strike. We have the Strike P, very powerful ship. If you watched my Fast 5, this was a early ship in the 5 crew. Proved itself on the battlefields. It basically was a missile delivery system at first. Then I added an ion beam to it, or ion cannon to it, and it was just really nice in devastating enemy ships. Then we have the Colossus Mark III, which is a carrier. I noticed now if we buy this ship, we won't have any credits. But it's a carrier. It has 2 bays, I believe. Yes, it has 2 fighter bays. It's going to be great for adding some early carrier support to our fleet, and to be honest, some late game carrier support. It doesn't really get much better than the Colossus Mark III. And then finally we have the Manticore. Not really a ship that I respected or understood for after its release, but after doing so many SOS, um, so many Save Our Ships episodes and getting bodied by the Manticore, I come to realize it's really effective as a long range threat. Mm. I'm gonna go with the Pirate Strike. I think it just fits in with the fleet for now, and I think it's gonna be the most bang for buck ship that we can get at the moment. I would really love to have a carrier, but we just can't support it or afford it or fit it with the kind of fighters that I would want to use. And then similar with the Manticore, we don't have a large ballistic that we can add to it. So we're going to go ahead and skip that for now. Let's pick up the Pirate Strike. And then let's go ahead and refit it. We can put the Annihilators that we took off of the other ship on it. We can add in a phase lance. Sure, we can add in a phase lance. Add in an ion cannon, and then we can add in some pulse lasers as well. Safety overrides makes the ship faster, and then vents to make it just a little bit better. And we can't restore it, not really. And let's see how she goes as we get into our first real bit of combat. So with the Falcon P, we should go over to this gate and activate that. With the Falcon P, I'm very confident in our fleet's ability to get this done. Just being able, oh hello, that's really nice. Just being able to project an absurd amount of damage to our missiles means we're going to be able to hit a lot harder than you would otherwise think. The success of our fleet for now, while it's so small, is going to be keeping our ships together and just making sure that we are always in like a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 scenario where we're assigning 2 ships to 1 target. Because we do have a lot of missiles, we can alpha strike very hard. So we do want to just make sure we're capitalizing on that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the command screen and then go into doctrines and blueprints. I did make a video on this, a very short video on this, but you can control the aggressiveness of your ships, the unpiloted ships in your fleet, by messing with this aggression meter. I'm going to move it up to a mix of aggressive and reckless officers. Basically, this means our ships will take on the role of either aggressive or reckless, so they're going to be really close to the enemy and just using all of their missile systems to try to take the enemy down as fast as possible. Alright, you can also, set it for steady and cautious if you have a different kind of fleet. Like if you built more so for long range, then obviously I would recommend steady. Not really so much cautious unless you're like really long range, like 1500 plus or 2000 plus. Then you can use cautious, but otherwise steady is usually more than enough. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this fight. Of course, we're going to refuse and cut the comm link and let us begin. So we're probably going to want to deal with these frigates first, then overwhelm either the Griffin or the Falcon, whichever one peeks its head out first, and then eliminate the other. Let's go ahead and move into engage. We'll deploy all, and we'll just tell everybody to stick near me. So these sabos we probably want on auto fire. Well, depending. Alright, let's go ahead and put our shields up. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's get the... Let's... You know what? No. Let's do it this way. We'll put the eliminate order on the brawler. We'll focus on the Falcon. We can probably overload the Falcon ourselves if we just dump all of our sabos into it right now. And then follow up with harpoons. And then the Enforcer will be nearby enough that it can also lend support into this Falcon / tank the Lasher and Griffin. So let's just go ahead and fire off. Yep. Let's go ahead and use our harpoons. We missed the opportunity. We probably could have finished it off immediately. Let's see if we can land a Lucky Reaper. Oh, so close. That's fine. Alright. Let's get the Enforcer in here to go ahead and commit to the Griffin, since the Griffin is in our strike's face. Alright, this time we won't miss our opportunity. We're going to use the Reapers to put this to bed immediately. And then we're going to go ahead and move over to a new target. Wow, bold. We're going to focus on this Lasher. The rest of the enemy fleet is pretty much picked apart. So we can do a full assault order and just let you guys figure it out. We're going to let our broadswords kind of pick this Lasher apart. Follow up with some harpoons. And we're going to pick another target here. Let's say that brawler. And then we only have one brawler left. Something I'm noticing already is we need capacity more so than vents, like even more capacity than we already have. And we'll go ahead and deal with that after this fight. So really nice, just showing the Alpha Strike capability available to us between the Harpoons, the Reapers, and the Sabos. Just made short work of this fleet. We will pursue them. We'll take a minute of the action. And we'll only need, you know what, let's bring the whole squad. We'll full assault. And then we'll chase them down. I want the Lasher to go after the faster ship, that being the Dram. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, okay. Of course, by giving the Lasher the eliminate order, it ignored block that. It ignored the threat that the Falcon posed and just got phase lance out of existence. We're gonna use our Reapers to provide some damage. Alright, we're gonna let those Needlers hit us. Alright. Gonna fire off a Reaper here, see if we can catch it by surprise. Fire off another one. Sit on our harpoons and go ahead and fire those off. Ugh, we should have did that in the previous engagement. Why do you have all of your Reapers? Anyway, we'll consider ship recovery. You know, no love lost for the Lasher. It's unfortunate. I'm not gonna spend a story point to recover it. Instead, let's go ahead and take this Buffalo and be on our merry way. We could spend a story point to recover these ships, but because they're not pirate ships, we can't use them in our fleet. So let's recover the Buffalo, get a nice little handsome payout, and we also get the heavy armor mod spec. Nice. Cool. We'll go ahead and take all. And we will do a little recovery. And yeah, just like that, we have taken our first leap into piracy, knocking out that very fun appetizer of a bounty mission. Just going to show the efficacy of missiles and how alpha striking is going to be our primary form of diplomacy. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I'm gonna have a ton of fun with this series. I always wanted to play as a pirate and never really got a chance to. Now we get to do that. If you have any suggestions for mods, for things you want to see me try in Nexerelin, if you have any advice then go ahead and drop it in the comments. I read it all, and I will respond to most of you. But other than that, Grumpy out. And now I want to give a massive thank you to my supporters, Randall Porter, Zoni, Wet Noodle, and Kriltic. Thank you so much for supporting me. It means a lot that you're willing to support the channel. And if you would like to become a member of the channel, go ahead and hit the join button. Again, I will always produce content that is ad free, but if you would like to support the channel, then joining as a member would be the most direct way to do so. Um, Other than that, Grumpy out.